Hi all. In this session, we will be discussing about the while loop in Python. So as we have discussed earlier, that loops is a concept when we want to execute any statement multiple of number of times, we use the concept of loop. So in loops, we had two loops, that is the event control loop and the counting loops. So we have already discussed about the for loop in the previous section. Today we will be discussing about the while loop. So here, while loop is nothing but it is also an event control loop. So for example given here is you can drink your tea once it has been cooled down below 112 degree Fahrenheit. So the condition what we are putting while if temperature is greater than 112 it will be. So just let me explain this concept here. So here, if the condition given, if temperature is greater than 112, it is true. If it is true, then it will be print the temperature. Temperature is equal to temperature minus 1. Else, here what it is saying, let the temperature be cool below 112. But here we have given the condition as greater. So since this condition do not match, it will be false and it will exist the loop. That is, the T is okay. If suppose if we want to cool the T greater than 112, then it will be print temperature minus 1 and it will execute the loop. That is, it will print the T is close enough. So here in a while loop also, unless and until the condition is satisfied, for example, here while loop is given as while the condition, and if the condition is fulfilled, the following statements are executed. Else, if the condition is not fulfilled, the execution will never take place and the loop will not run. So in while loop, unless and until the condition is satisfied, the particular loop will not run. So let's give an example here for a while loop. So as you could see, we are going to print the numbers 1 to 10. So let's initialize our num variable with 1 because we have to start printing from 1. Let's put the condition as we have to print the numbers 1 to 5. So let's do it. While num less than equal to 5. So I'm putting the condition less than equal to indicates that it's going to print us the numbers. Print num. So first we will check for the first condition. So here is 1 less than equal to 5? Yes, 1 is less than equal to 5. So it will print me 1 first here. Then the num count is incremented because as I have to print the next number. So num plus 1. So indicates the next value will be incremented by 1. So it's going to be 2. So now num value is 2. Again the condition is checked for 2. Is 2 less than 5? Yes, it is going to print. So on, it will print all the first four numbers and when the value of number becomes 5, is 5 less than equal to? Yes, 5 is equal to 5 and it will print. Later, when the value of num increases to 6, you could see 6 is less than 5 is wrong. Okay, so we have 6 less than equal to 5, which is wrong. So as a result, what we could see is that okay, so when 6 is less than 5, the condition is not satisfied, and as a result, the loop will come out and stop the execution. So, this is how a while loop works. Unless and until the condition is satisfied, it will print all the first five numbers. Once the condition does not satisfy, the loop will stop running. So, let's demonstrate this in our platform IDE, that is Thorny. So here I will take a variable num. I will initialize it to 1 and then we will take our while num is less than equal to 5, print the number and let's increment the count num equal to num plus 1. So this is how the while loop works. So first we have to initialize condition. So here we are doing the initializing Then we are putting into the condition and then we are incrementing the count. So here, when I run this particular code, you could see, yeah, so just give me a minute here. We have just given it as, so you could see as the empty space indicates it's the indentation. So here the loop will run unless and until the condition satisfied, that is 5 less than equal to 5. That is, it will print the last number 5 from 1 to 5. And when I increment the count, 5 plus 1 becomes 6. And to check the condition, 6 is less than 5, which is wrong. That's why the execution of the code will stop. So this is how our while loop works into. So now let's see how we can apply our break and continue statements in our while loop. So here is a code wherein I'm initializing the count equal to 1. So first I have given a variable count which is initialized with value 1. And then I'm using the condition while true. You have to print the count, that is the first number. Then if suppose the count is equal to 5, you have to break the loop. Okay, we're printing breaking of the loop and it will break the loop. When it will break the loop, when then and increment the count. So this is how it works. So first the condition will be checked. Now the first value of count is 1. So is 1 equal to 5? No, it is not. Okay, so count is equal 1 equal to 5. No, so it's going to increment the count to 1. Then again it is going to increment. 1 plus 1 is 2. So here if, okay, so it will, while true, yes it is 2, then it will print 2 here. This loop will run unless and until the condition comes. When the count value becomes 5, it will print 5 and the condition is checked. Is 5 equal to 5? Yes, 5 is equal to. So first it keeps on printing all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 4. But when the count value becomes 5, it will break the loop. Here the concept of break come into picture. So break is a statement which breaks the loop. So once the loop is broken, it will stop and it will only print me the first 5 numbers because I have put the condition that if the count is equal to 5, it has to break the loop. So let's demonstrate this in our code and see what output we are going to get here. So let's get back to our IDE wherein we can code our example here. So what we will do is here we will take first initialize count equal to 1 and we will put a condition while true print the count and put the condition if count turns out to be equal to 5, we are going to print. So here it is breaking of the loop by using the break statement, and then we will increment the count equal to count plus 1. So here first we are initializing count equal to 1 and while true we will print the count. Then after this it will check the condition. Count value is 1. Is 1 equal to 5? No. So it will continue. It will increment the value of count. Next it will be 2. Again the condition is checked. Yes. While true it will print 2. The condition checked. Is 2 equal to 5? No. 2 is not equal to 5. Again it will increment the count. So this loop will run unless and until it reaches the count value equal to 5. And when the count value equals to 5, you could see 5 equal to 5. Yes, it is, and it is breaking the loop. Okay, here the condition is satisfied and only it is going to print me the first 5 numbers. By using the break statement, the execution will stop at 5 because the condition is satisfied at the fifth count. So by using the break statement, we can break our loop. Talking about the next one, that is the continue statement. So here I have used my count as value initialized to 0, and now I have put a condition that while count is less than 7, okay, I have to increment the count. Okay, so I have put the condition that when count is less than up to 7, the condition is that it should be less than 7. Now in order, so when the count, now for first thing, what happens, the first condition is checked, is 0 less than 7? Yes, 0 is less than 7. So what happens, it will print us the first one, that is 0 here. Okay, so 0 is printed. Next thing, again it will increment the value of count. Your count is equal to count plus 1, so 0 plus 1 is 1, so 1 less than 7, yes, it is going to print 1. Then similarly, it will print up to when the count value turns 4. Okay, is 4 less than 7? Yes. Now it will enter the loop. If count equal to 4, now the present value of count is 4. Is 4 equal to 4? Yes. So it will continue. Okay, so it will skip the value of 4 and then it will again increment the count to 5, 6, and 7 unless and until the condition is satisfied. So whenever the value of count becomes 4, the loop will continue after 4. So we have 5, 6, and 7. So when the value of count becomes 4, after that the loop will continue. So let's demonstrate this in our code example in our IDE. So this continue statement is used for continue the execution of the program. So let's get back to our IDE. So here we will start the count with equal to 1 while count is less than 7, count is equal to count plus 1. We will put a condition if count is equal to 4, continue, and at last just print the statement. Let's print the count. Okay, so what happens? First, the value of count is 1, the condition is checked, and the 1 is less than 7? Yes. So the condition check. The count value is 1. Is 1 equal to 4? No. It will print the statement. Similarly, it will print unless and until once the count value equal to 4, it will continue all the elements after 4 unless and until the condition is less than 7. So here it says, yeah, we have just forgot to put the colon here. Let's run the code. Indentation space. So let's put this in a bit. Perfect. You can see it's starting the value from, okay. So let's give the increment count to 0 here. So here you could see it is giving us the values from 1 to 7. It skips when the count value becomes 4, it skips the value of 4, and after 4, what all elements has to be printed unless the condition is satisfied, as we have given count is less than 7, that is the condition up to 7, it will print, that is 7 less than equal to, let's put the condition 7 less than equal to, and as a result it will print all the numbers up to 7. Once the count value is equal to 4, it will continue the execution. So this is how our break and continue statements plays a vital role in execution of the program. Whether it is a break statement which breaks the execution and continue statement it continues our execution. Thank you. Meet you up all in the next session.